Good morning, Mike here, the Fresh Rents, on location in Oxford, Ohio, to wash this barn. I've been washing this home and that pool area for the last 5 years. This year they want me to wash this barn. I'm in a big hurry for a number of reasons. One, I have way too many opportunities for my schedule today, so I'm here early, about 7:45. And secondly, we have Vacation Bible School tonight. That makes things just a little bit rough for the Fresh on his schedule. So I am, hold on a second. And we are back. I'm wasting no time here. I am applying about a 4, maybe 5% on all this brick. And I'm probably going to turbo nozzle some of this if necessary. So I really appreciate you watching. And if you get any value out of this channel, be sure to leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, some have asked how that they can contribute to the cause. I will put my Venmo and CashApp up on the screen. I call this the Fresh Honor System. So some of you find value in my content and you want to make a donation just to say thank you, because I believe one of the things that we can all agree upon is that free education, well, it just isn't the best kind of education. And so if you are so compelled to make a donation, then you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, you certainly don't have to. And it's called Fresh Honor because there is no definite fee. You can pay whatever you want if you want to pay it all. Either way, I'm greatly appreciative. Let's talk about the value of a CRM, Customer Relationship Manager or Relations Manager. I have had the Marcate CRM now for, this is my 3rd or 4th year. And it's one of those tools that, now that I have it, I definitely would not go without a good CRM. It allows me to schedule promptly. It allows the customer to get notifications at the push of a button that are very professional. It makes me look better as a professional. And for the price, it's more than worth it. I will go on record and say that a CRM is of no use if you don't use it. And that is why I'm here today. I was actually supposed to be doing this job last Wednesday. And while we were doing our podcast, I received a notification from Beth. She wanted to know where I was that day. Thankfully, we have a good relationship. Again, I've been washing for this family for probably, I don't know, no less than 4 years. They got a little tree growing in the gutter. So the way my scheduling works for me, generally speaking, the moment I receive a phone call, I enter all the information into my CRM. In fact, if I'm driving, I have them text me and I keep that text thread alive, meaning I don't open it. So when I get home that evening, hey guys, Mike here, the Fresh Rents. Hey, I want to take just a moment to give a sincere thank you for your having watched this video. It means the world to me. I get it. YouTube is big and your time is valuable. You could watch any video and yet you've chosen to watch this one, and that means the world to me. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I can see all the texts that are alive and I don't forget to respond and schedule. Many times, literally while talking to the customer on the phone, making a little chit chat, I will schedule them and then say, did you just receive a text message? And they'll say, yes, I did. I say, that guarantees that you're on the schedule. And I never once again think about them until the night before their wash when I look at my schedule for the next day. With the Marcate program, you can buy as many upgrades as you want depending upon what you need. I'm probably grandfathered in at the $30 mark as my beginning fee for the service. Then I have 2 upgrades, which brings me to $50 a month. And with that $50 a month, It supersedes what I need out of a CRM. So I'll definitely have you check out Markate. I would say for me, the greatest benefit of having a CRM is the communication factor. My customers love my communication. Again, they get a notification on their phone immediately letting them know they're on the schedule, and they can review all of the information. We have everything in print. Well, not exactly in print, but we have it in writing through the mobile text. The day before the wash, they get another notification letting them know that Mike will be coming the next day. And then when I'm en route, they get another text letting them know as much. It'll say, good news, Mike is on his way. He'll be there in 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever I tell it to say. When I get to the job site, with the click of a button, they will get notified letting them know that I'm there at their home or at their business. They love that. And then I don't have to go knock on the door. Oh boy, that's gonna be fun. And then once I'm done with the job, at the click of a button, they will get a notification that says, great news, your home has been washed. At that point, they will get an invoice. They can pay right then through any method of their choosing, because I have it set up that way. And I never even have to see the customer. I make it sound like I don't want to talk to the customer. I don't not want to talk to the customer, but sometimes they don't want to talk to me. They don't want to be bothered. So it allows them that luxury if that's the case. Yesterday, that very same scenario happened, everything that I just listed. I never saw the customer. And before I got out of the neighborhood, they had paid and left me a $25 tip. They never even saw the wash job. So the Markate app allows them, just as if you were in a restaurant, to give a 10%, 15, 20, or a custom tip. This person left me a custom tip of $25, which was half of my monthly subscription to the Markate program. And on that note, I will tell you that I have yet to ever pay for my monthly subscription. My customers pay for it through my tips. I more than make the monthly payment, which is for me is $50 in tips alone. In fact, I make several $100s a month. I don't know. I'd really have to look it up. It's untelling how much money I make in tips alone, because it gives them that possibility right there at their fingertips. So if you're on the fence about whether or not you can afford a reasonably priced CRM, I say absolutely you can, because chances are you'll never have to pay for it yourself anyhow. Possibly the greatest feature for the CRM is that it sends every customer a link to my Google review page. Just yesterday alone, I got 2 more 5-star Google reviews from people who clicked the link, left the review, and I never even asked for it. I never once mentioned anything about leaving me a 5-star Google review. But let's suppose that they do not want to pay through the CRM. Perhaps they want to write a check or give cash. Well, that's okay. When I get back to my truck, I open up the Markate app on my phone. I click the complete button, tell the program which form of payment that they used, and they automatically receive to their phone the link to my 5-star Google review page. As of yesterday, I now have 291 5-star Google reviews. And by the way, all 4 of my customers yesterday gave me a tip. Yesterday alone paid for at least 2 months of my monthly subscription to my CRM. The Marquate program allows me to also track all of my income and expenses. So right there on the main screen, as soon as I open up the program on my phone, it tells me how much money I've made year to date. And it allows me to track all of my expenses. So I can literally see not what only is my gross income, but my net income as well. I can track how much money I've spent on supplies, on SH, on fuel, the whole 9 yards. My CRM even tracks the flow of my lead generation. So if I correctly input the information at any given point, I can look on my CRM and it will tell me how many jobs I landed from Facebook, how many jobs I landed from Google, from word of mouth, so forth and so on. I even have Jazzy listed under my sources of lead flow, and I can tell you exactly how many jobs came from people who called me after seeing my truck. At least once a year, I send out a mass text to all of my customers from all previous years. I usually start my year with about 40 washes, give or take, from previous customers alone. You'll pay just a little bit more at the point of service when you create that campaign. But the last time I made a campaign was in February, and yesterday a lady responded to that text. So here we are at the end of June 2024, and I'm still getting jobs from a text campaign that I did in February. So for the person who says, well, I can't afford a CRM, my question would be, what part of free is too expensive? One of the most valuable lessons I ever learned as being a business owner is that to date, I have never paid for anything. My customers pay for every single thing. I've never bought SH. I've never paid for yard signs. I do not buy my supplies, my machines, my pumps. Of course, I have to buy all that stuff in advance. But when business is done correctly, the business pays for itself. The customers pay for everything. That takes a load of stress off of me as a business owner. For years, my friends in the industry were trying to encourage me to get a CRM, and I really bucked the system. I said, I can't afford that. I'm afraid that it's not going to pay for itself. I had this terrible poverty mindset. Joe Deary and I had a conversation 5 years ago about whether or not we should do a CRM. We were both writing our schedules down on yellow notepads and, of course, apps within our phone. We would miss jobs. We would overschedule. We wouldn't schedule. There's so many things that come into play when you don't do things properly. When we both decided to bite the bullet, get the CRM, we did it at the same time, probably on the same day. And I think Joe Deary would tell you it's probably his greatest investment as it pertains to time saving, efficiency, professionalism, and the list goes on and on and on. And speaking of Joe Deary, he will be our guest on our podcast, which will be July the 10th. It's a Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Jeremy Messer and I will be interviewing the Rinse of Darkness, and it's going to be great. You don't want to miss that. Again, that's the Wash Tube podcast. You can find it right here on the Fresh Rinse channel or on Jeremy's channel, Kentucky Wash Pros. July 10th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hey, if you found value in this video, be sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell tab, and we'll spend lots of time together. In the comment section, comment with your favorite CRM if you have one, and I'd be greatly appreciated. All right, my name is Mike. They call me the Fresh Rinse, and I'm out.